Like even when the story that Pistol Pete tells, it was a Latins versus black situation. Now nobody speaks about if there was gang ties involved in that, which that should be some of the questions you should ask when you dissect the the stories. If you ever get to interview Brandon or Mike or Pistol or any of them, you should find out if there was any gang ties involved. You know what I mean?
Oh wait, but Pete was a king at one point, right?
That's the story. That's why I said that.
Wow, that's interesting.
Supposedly,
he was saying though, like in his story though, he said that he told his black friends to stay in their cell before that situation popped off.
I'm gonna keep it real, Kasaki. You not telling those little motherfuckers over there. You tell somebody not to go to the yard. That's where everybody wants to be, is in that yard. That yard, you gotta understand. The worst place to be is anything around is adolescence, especially in those years. All the Rikers cut-ins and all the stabbings and all that fucking shit came from the 4 building. All those big beefs that everybody's talking about on YouTube right now, those aren't mostly adult jails. They talking about C-74 beefs that went into the adults. You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of those beefs are all like, even the thing with OG Mac and all that shit, he was in the 4 building. All these major Mano, all these dudes, Mike Beck, all these beefs are really from the 4 building. You know what I'm saying? Which is the adolescents. So Green was controlled mostly by the Latinos at that time point. So a lot of the dudes that they ran out of that jail, stabbed or whatever, will go to Kasaki. So Kasaki was a majority, it had a lot of blacks in Kasaki, but it's the wild jail. You know what I'm saying? It's where they send all the adolescents. They either sent you there or Elmira. So all the fuck-ups was either, all the fuck-up adolescents and all the adolescents maxes was either Elmira or Kasaki. So that, I don't know. For him to go tell his black friends, he might have warned them and told them, yo, bro, don't play the yard. Shit gonna hit the fan. But them little motherfuckers was probably gonna be like, who the fuck is, man, listen, we gonna hit that yard today. I just, it was too much tension at that time for some, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro.
What's the story with Pete being a king? He just dropped out of it, or what happened with that?
Bro, I don't know. I heard there was a situation. I heard the different stories. Like I said, I heard he was. Then I heard he used to just run with the brothers. Supposedly there was a beef that went down, and niggas, they pop off the way they were supposed to, and then he just started doing his own thing. That's one of the stories I heard. Do I know he's a king? No, I don't know. This is just rumors of people saying he was. So I was never in the jail with him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whenever I landed somewhere, like most of my bit, like I was with Ding Ding that they talk about from the Bronx Valentine's Day murder. He was a king at one point. He had a beef with the dude that killed his wife on the Bronx Supreme Steps. That dude was a king. So both of them being kings, Blood sent the letter down and said neither one of them can become kings unless they squash their beef. One became a Blood, and the other one became a Rat Hunter because they couldn't both be kings at the time. You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of situations that was going on at the time that with a lot of live wires. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's just. I can't put that he was. I can't say that he wasn't. I wasn't with him.
When you get this kind of information, are you getting it from other bros that are saying it?
From other brothers.
From other bros.
This is other brothers.
So these are legitimate sources that are saying it.
These are brothers. These are neutral brothers. These are neutral people. Remember, like I said, I was locked up with a lot of different. We was talking about this recently, like a bunch of us that was in jail at the same time that we still communicate, still have talks and stuff like that. And everybody says Pete used to be a king at that time. Now we're talking about the 80s. I wasn't a king back then, so I can't speak about something. You know what I mean? You
became one in what, 89?
No, I became a king in 91. 91 going into 92. Yeah.
91. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not people just talking shit just to say that he was or anything like that. It's like,
I mean, if you've seen, there was a video of some dude. What he got a channel where he's a nutball. and he's calling him a burger. That's what the Bloods used to call us, burgers. And he's on the video calling him, he's the biggest burger of them all. So why are you using that dialect, you know? Because that beef that they saying was a king beef. That beef supposedly popped off in Kawasaki was supposedly is supposedly a king beef. I don't know. I wasn't there. Like I said, these is all the assumptions that the podcast world now is talking about.
Do you spend a lot of time watching that type of content on YouTube?
Sometimes if I'm at work and I'm bored or something, I'm doing something, I throw on some of the stories, the old stories where some of the dudes be talking about certain things, because I was there in certain instances. Like I told you, there's certain instances that we laugh about because they'll tell a story and I'll be like, what the fuck? That shit didn't happen that way. And I call my man, I call June or call different people and they'll be like, yo, bro, you remember this? Because we was all on the island at the same time. You know what I mean? You remember this shit? Or I call VI and I call different people and they'll be like, because VI's in a lot of the stories. If you heard about the Rikers Island stories, he's supposedly the one that cut the grandmother on the visiting floor, whatever. So
why don't you hook me up with some of these people to do interviews, man? Come on, man.
I mean, listen, I didn't know you was into the jail stories. I thought you was just the Cuban Link channel.
Hey, come on. I'm trying to expand now, okay? I'm trying to become more than that, all right? Shout out to my brother Q.
Yeah, shout out to Q, bro. But yeah, bro, it's a lot of different things. Like I said, bro, it was a lot of different. Look, if you look at it now, with the majority, every jail you go to is Bloods in every single jail, right? Problem is that they're all beefing amongst themselves. So it's like the larger you get, you start imploding. What happened to the Kings? They started imploding. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like a lot of the Kings from my generation moved on with their lives. Like a lot of the co-defendants, dudes just came home from doing 25 years, 20 years, 20-something years, almost 30 years in prison from the first indictment. Remember, they all went down in 94, 93. Right. They just coming home now. You think they're going to go back into the streets and get back into? No, they're all trying to live a productive life and catch up the time they lost, you know, with their kids, with their families, with their loved ones. So a lot of the Kings have evolved. That's what people don't understand. Oh, they're not, bro, we still there. Everybody's still around. Just we doing what we supposed to do. I'm not in the streets. I'm not doing none of that dumb shit. Listen, I stay on the sidewalk now. You know what I'm saying? I go to work, I come home, I go out. You know what it is? It's like I said, I live a life that I like to be peaceful. I don't want problems with nobody. I don't like none of that shit, bro. I chill with my dogs, certain circle of friends, and that's it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And my kids, you know, I missed a lot of time in my kids' lives, you know what I'm saying? So I just make sure that I don't do anything stupid to ever put me in that predicament to have to go back to prison. That's why, like we spoke about with the Hocus thing, I'm almost 100% sure that Hocus wasn't doing anything to lose his freedom because he got a second chance, just like I got a second chance. So when you get those second chances, like S1 wasn't as lucky because he had to do a
16.
He wasn't that lucky, but he did get a second chance still to different chance at life because there's a lot of individuals.
He's still young.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of us that take that and do something positive with it. There's those dudes that come home and again, they trying to catch up. There's dude that was in jail with us back then. He came home from doing fucking 20-something years and he just got convicted of triple homicide. So it's like,
oh my God.
It's like, bro, some people just don't know how to leave certain things alone. They get caught up in the system and they get institutionalized. And sometimes our pride makes us do stupid things and bad decisions. So now you got to sit back and analyze and think about, yo, is it worth me doing that stupid shit, losing everything I worked so hard for to go back to prison? Man, listen, you know what? I'm staying. If I got to go and,
No, I'm saying right.
Yeah, if you got to go somewhere and you know wherever you're going that day, you have to take something with you. Why would you go to that place if you know you got to take something with you? For that, stay home.
Exactly.
But when you're young and you have that aggression and you have that pride, that ego thing, I'm going to go wherever the fuck I want to go. So you definitely going to go there, even if you got to take a chance and take something with you because you want to. I'm not afraid. But as you get older, you like, yo, bro, I got too much to lose. You know what? I'm going to stay home. That's it.